You're watching WAFB's streaming newscast, live and local, with Dion Guillory. This is 9 News at 5:30.
Hello friends and happy Lundi Gras. I'm Chris Nakamoto filling in for our Dion Guillory. We begin streaming tonight at 5:30 with a look at our forecast. It was a chilly day out there with fog for most of the day. Jeff Morrow is tracking what tomorrow's parade weather will bring. Jeff, what can people expect?
Oh, we're taking a look at that parade forecast. We've got a couple parades rolling for tonight, a few in New Orleans, one here in the Baton Rouge area in the city of St. George. Crew of Shenandoah will be rolling with temperatures dropping from the 60s into the 50s. Similar forecast for the New Orleans metro if you're heading that way. So grab a light jacket or a sweatshirt if you are going to be heading out for tonight. For tomorrow, we've got parades in New Roads as well as all across the area. Community Center of Point Capee is going to start their parade at 10 a.m. You can see temperatures in the low 60s. So again, a light jacket. Watch for areas of fog early in the morning as maybe you're driving towards New Roads. May have to leave a few minutes early. Temperatures climbing through the day, and then once that parade ends, another one rolls right across the same route. Lions Club of New Roads, temperatures in the 70s during that event. So it looks like we're going to have the good times rolling all Mardi Gras long as we continue with some decent weather. We'll talk more about the forecast as we move forward in time, all coming up in just a few minutes.
All right, Jeff, thank you. Some local government offices are closed in observance of Mardi Gras. East Baton Rouge, all city parish offices closed at 2 this afternoon and will not reopen until Wednesday. In West Baton Rouge, all offices were closed today and tomorrow. If you have business at another city parish office, be sure to call ahead or check their website for their holiday hours. Lundi Gras in the capital area taking shape with the Crew of Shenandoah. The Crew of Shenandoah is one of the newest parades to the scene, this being just the third year it will roll. This year, however, the parade route has been altered to safely accommodate the growing attendance of this Lundi Gras parade.
We did not know when we started this parade a few years ago that it was going to grow to be as big as it is. So our powers that be, wanted to make it a more safe and inclusive route for everybody. So that instead of it being a giant loop, it is now going to start here, go through the neighborhood and end at Woodlawn Baptist. So that makes it safer, makes it to where EMS can get in if they need to. But we don't anticipate anything like that. We know that it's going to be a fun and safe evening for everybody.
This year's theme is Boogie on the Bayou. And the Mardi Gras festivities continue in South Louisiana tomorrow. 2 parades will roll in New Roads. The Point Capee parade at 10. You're looking at last year's parade right now. And the Lions Club parade at 1 o'clock. The fun continues next weekend with the Mystic Crew of Mutts. You can find all you need to know about the parades on our website, WAFB.com. Well, if you're heading down to New Orleans for Mardi Gras, several parades are rolling tonight. The Crew of Proteus kicks off now in uptown New Orleans, followed by the Crew of Orpheus, and in Metairie, the Crew of Centurions will roll at 6 on Veterans Boulevard, followed by the Crew of Atlas. Tomorrow, 2 crews will roll together to mark quite the coincidence. This year marks the first time in decades that Mardi Gras falls on the same day as the Lunar New Year, which is a big holiday for people in Asia of Asian cultures. So the Crew of Argus in Metairie says it will roll with the majority Asian Crew of Zodiac, and Argus co-captain Rob Devaney says Zodiac is a natural fit for them.
And economically, China's always had a relationship with Mardi Gras, right? But it's been on the throws and costumes and stuff. But think of how many times they've actually participated in the celebration. So what an honor for them to partake in the biggest event we throw here as a community.
Both crews say they plan on parading together in the years to come. Argus rolls at 11 o'clock tomorrow morning. And if you'd rather not make the trip to New Orleans for Fat Tuesday, we've got you covered. We'll be airing live coverage of all the Mardi Gras celebrations on WBXH and on our 9 News app. We'll keep the cameras rolling from 8 in the morning to 3 in the afternoon. You won't miss a thing. Breaking tonight, Oscar-winning actor Robert Duvall has died. According to a statement sent by his public relations agency on behalf of his wife, Duvall died peacefully at his home in Virginia on Sunday. Duvall had an acclaimed screen career that spanned 6 decades. He was best known for The Godfather, Apocalypse Now, and many other tough guy roles. The family said that those who wish to honor his memory are encouraged to do so in a way that reflects the life he lived, by watching a great film, telling a good story with friends, or taking a drive in the countryside to appreciate the world's beauty. Duvall was 95 years old. Now to the latest on the search for Nancy Guthrie. Law enforcement sources say they're hoping her pacemaker may help them find the missing 84-year-old woman. Last night, 2 full weeks after her mother was last seen, Today's Show co-host Savannah Guthrie posted another video urging whoever took her mother to do the right thing. Andres Gutierrez is outside Guthrie's home in Tucson, Arizona with the latest.
As the search for Nancy Guthrie drags into a third week, law enforcement sources told CBS News that investigators are using a high-tech tracking device known as a signal sniffer to see if the 84-year-old's pacemaker is giving off any electronic signals that can be used to find her.
It is never too late to do the right thing.
On Sunday, Today's Show co-host Savannah Guthrie posted a new message for her mother's abductor.
That is a strategy. There has been no communication, and they don't have a specific identification of a suspect. So this is a call out. Whoever has her out there in the world, and that tells me that they have not homed in on a suspect.
Investigators are now focusing on items they believe the suspect was wearing the night Guthrie was taken. That includes a face mask they believe was purchased at Walmart and a black Ozark Trail hiker backpack sold exclusively at the retail giant.
So if you think about the way big box stores track their inventory, it's quite possible they would know when every single Ozark backpack was sold.
The Pima County Sheriff tells CBS News investigators have spent several days reviewing surveillance video at Walmart stores in the area. The FBI also announced Sunday that it's entering DNA recovered from a glove found about 2 miles away from the crime scene into its database. Andres Gutierrez, CBS News, Tucson, Arizona.
The Department of Justice is sending Congress a list of, quote, politically exposed persons in the files related to convicted sex offender Jeffrey Epstein. In a 6-page letter sent Saturday, the DOJ listed the names of many prominent figures regardless of context, including presidents, cultural icons, business leaders, and government officials. But the list is being criticized by some people. Representative Nancy Mace, a vocal ally of Epstein survivors, claims that there are still names missing from that list. Meanwhile, White House border czar Tom Homan says he's ramping up efforts to review immigration officers' conduct. He declined to talk about the investigations during a Sunday interview, but noted that they are happening.
I've seen videos, and there's been pieces of videos and pieces of that videos. In any instance where there has been allegations of misconduct or working outside the policy, has been referred to Internal Affairs. My first press conference in Minnesota, I said I was bringing in more Internal Affairs officers to review the allegations, and those allegations are now being investigated.
Homan adds that the ongoing government shutdown will not impact nationwide immigration operations. Funding for the Department of Homeland Security ran out over the weekend, leading to a partial government shutdown, and there's no end in sight as both sides debate changes to how the Trump administration's immigration enforcement actions are carried out. Tarian Small has more details from Capitol Hill.
The president and Congress are out of town on President's Day while the government is partially shut down.
I know what they want. I know what they can live with.
We're willing to have a good faith conversation about everything, but fundamentally we need change that is dramatic, that is bold, that is meaningful, and that is transformational.
Democrats want immigration officers to unmask, wear body cameras, and get warrants to enter private property.
I think some of the asks are just, I think they're unreasonable.
While ICE and Border Patrol are part of the Department of Homeland Security, those agencies are not impacted by the lack of DHS funding, while the rest of the department is either shut down or working without pay.
The federal law enforcement issue involving immigration and customs enforcement, they're already funded based on the bill that was signed into law last July through 2029. All the Democrats are doing right now is trying to shut down TSA, the Coast Guard, FEMA.
Minnesota Congressman Tom Emmer, a member of the GOP leadership team in the House, tells CBS Mornings they're not even a part of the negotiations to end the stalemate.
The president is the chief negotiator and is working directly with Senate Democrats.
President Trump spent the weekend at his Mar-a-Lago resort in Florida, while the Senate is not expected back until next week. Torian Small, CBS News, Capitol Hill.
President Donald Trump says his newly formed Board of Peace will unveil a multi-billion-dollar humanitarian and reconstruction aid package for Gaza. The exact amount is expected to be announced during the group's inaugural meeting Thursday. President Trump claims that members of the board have pledged over $5 billion towards the project. He adds that they have also committed thousands of personnel to maintain security in the region. Camp Mystic in Texas is planning to reopen after last July's deadly floods, which killed 27 campers and counselors. The camp was just slapped with a 5th lawsuit from a victim's family. Karen Hua sat down exclusively with another set of grieving parents who've sued and are demanding changes before the summer.
Catherine loved frogs.
In cutting, in gluing.
Oh my goodness.
John and Andrea Ferruzzo find putting their hands to work puts their grief on pause.
She had such a great temple.
For the past decade, their 19-year-old daughter, Catherine, went to Camp Mystic, a Christian camp for girls in the Texas Hill Country. Last summer was her first as a counselor.
Catherine died a hero. She gave her life trying to save those little girls.
The powerful floods last 4th of July killed nearly 150 people in the region, including Catherine, her co-counselor, and 25 Mystic campers.
We knew that change had to happen so that no other families send their children to camp, only to have their child returned in a body bag.
The 27 camp families, calling themselves Heavens 27, helped pass legislation in Texas to make camps safer, prohibiting cabins in FEMA-designated floodplains and requiring annual emergency training. Now they're working to get this law passed in all 50 states.
What went through your head when you heard that Camp Mystic is reopening this summer?
Shock. Very disrespectful.
Yeah.
It just seems to be like it's all just business as usual, time to reopen.
Camp Mystic officials believe the reopening could be healing for some families and survivors.
If we do it right, that girls will have an amazing experience and they will gain so much for being together.
There will also be about 100 flood warning sirens built along the Guadalupe River.
Sirens are a good start,
It's a good start.
but then you must have an evacuation plan in place. The counselors have to be trained on what to do with their campers. This is what the finished product is going to look like.
So to turn their pain into purpose, the Ferruzzos started a foundation in Catherine's name to benefit the cause she cared most about, special education.
Good job, Erin.
Catherine had planned to attend the University of Texas to do just that.
Put the puzzle together.
By doing this work, which I know is what she wanted to do, being a special ed teacher, that honors her.
The foundation has since raised more than $1 million to reimburse teachers for out-of-pocket costs.
Thank you so much.
And volunteers regularly create these sensory task folders, learning tools for students with disabilities.
Catherine liked everything big, so she's going to expect it, and we're really going to take this to the next level.
In delivering these donations directly to schools, the Ferruzzos see the bittersweet gift of their grief. Karen Hua, CBS News.
Good job. Okay, all done.
Houston.
Thank you.